Hey everybody, this is Jeffrey Powers for the 5 Tech Things You Should Know About, episode number 52 for August 19th, 2010. I'm in Nashville. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. You're on the 5 Tech Things You Should Know About. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee for the unveiling of the drive for the Edge. I can't really tell you how the Edge drives, but I can tell you I'm here, which is kind of cool. So I'm under semi-embargo here. We've got a great 5 Tech Things, so we're going to show you a little bit about the Ford Edge. Of course, we've been out to Ford. We've seen all the cool stuff with the Active Sync system coming out, but there's a lot of cool new stuff here. We're going to show you all of that. So let's get into your 5 Tech Things. We're going to take you back down to the Geek Bar. Let's get into your 5 Tech Things, and then we'll show you a little bit about the Ford system. It's your life online. Back it up now. Back it up often. Back it up on-site. Back it up off-site. It's very, 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 very. Did I mention that code geek? Very, 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 very important. Why is it important? Because nobody else has your pictures, nobody else has your documents, nobody else will even bother for that type of stuff. It might be on Facebook in low resolution for pictures, but your tax returns, your any important documents, you need to back it up now and back it up off-site, and that's where Mozy.com comes in. It's only a few cents a day. The price of a hard drive per year, you're backing up off-site to a trusted server, high encryption, and it's only $4.95 a month. Use that code GEEK, and you will get an additional 10% off. They have an area where you can try 2 gigs for free. They have an area where you get 14 days. They got a lot of cool stuff. Check it out, Mozy.com. Use the code GEEK. Of course, you support the 5 Tech Things You Should Know About, and all Geekazine properties for that matter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest news of the day. Intel purchases McAfee for $7.68 billion. Pretty cool, pretty interesting acquisition because Intel doesn't really deal with antivirus in any way because they're doing chips and they're doing computer boards and stuff like that, whereas McAfee does anti-spyware and security checks. I suppose there's a way you can put McAfee into your motherboard. There could be. Maybe Intel's getting into the internet security. Maybe Intel's even going to come out with their own operating system. There's a possibility there. Either way, Intel has purchased McAfee. Pretty interesting little tidbit here. I'm wondering if they'll even work with routers and switches and stuff like that to get those running with instant security in them. Of course, I could see McAfee inside there. They did a pretty good purchase here because McAfee is in a lot of businesses nowadays. And so it's a little bit extra revenue. I think it's about a $2 billion a year business that Intel just bought into. Now, on the same token, I have to say, Cameron Diaz, I will not be searching for you on the internet because you're the #1 malware name right now. So if you go searching for Cameron Diaz, you might want to check, and this is McAfee made the report, you might want to check. Of course, if you're Jessica Biel or Julia Roberts, you're still up there on the list of malware. You shouldn't be downloading anything weird from the internet anyway. Pictures, they should be okay, but if you got movies with Cameron Diaz, they're probably not movies with Cameron Diaz. They're probably malware. Yes, I was in Nashville, Tennessee. It was a great event over at Ford. Ford let us drive the Ford Edge, and I gotta tell you, oh wait, I'm under embargo until Monday to tell you how it drove. We drove that vehicle. Boy, did we drive the streets of Tennessee. The countryside, just a beautiful, beautiful drive. If you ever have to go driving somewhere, maybe you should check out Tennessee. Pretty cool roads, pretty decent everything. Can't talk more about it, but I can tell you about this little puppy right here. It's the Ford Edge 2011, and it is very, very tricked out. They're coming with the Microsoft Sync system inside, not the full system, but you'll be able to do a lot of cool different things. Sony inside for the audio. You'll have a ride which will sound good, look good, feel good, and you won't hear the outside sounds too much. We got all the videos, the keynotes up online that talk about all the cool stuff, all the cool additions, changes to the 2011. So go over to geekazine.com to get your fill on that. But if you want a short overview, basically the sound reduction on the inside to the from the outside to the inside a lot better. Basically the legroom a lot better. Basically it's amazing. I'm going to tell you how I drove that vehicle and how I felt about that vehicle on Monday when the embargo was lifted. So if you want to wait up until like 12:01 in the morning, that's when you'll find out what I think of the Ford Edge 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, school time! Yay! For some of you, you're going yay. For some of you, you're going, oh. Well, you know, we got the cool gadgets. We're going to be highlighting this for the next few weeks on the 5 Tech Things. Cool gadgets you can get so you can have a better, more productive back to school. Last week we talked about that BOA backpack. Pretty cool stuff. This week we got a way to get you awake. And this is it right here. What is it? It's called the flying alarm clock. That's it. Flying alarm. That's it. What does it do? Well, simply, when your alarm goes off, it makes this little wheel spin right here, and that spins off into the distance. Now, for you to shut off this alarm clock, you have to go find in the wheel. So the little propeller is somewhere around here, so you're digging around, you got to get up, you got to move around, and you got to put it back in, and then you can push down the alarm to either snooze or wake up. There are a lot of cool alarm clocks out there. This was the funniest one. There's one that actually will roll off the table and roll around the whole room. You have to go chasing after it. There's other ones that are full internet devices, so you can wake up with your Facebook statuses or your Twitter messages, which is pretty cool. That's Sony and Chumby. We've got a lot of great alarm clocks and digital clocks out there you can have by your bedside so you can be in contact, so you can be awake when you need to be awake. This one was the coolest, and the best part is it's under $20. So if you need an alarm clock and you need a way to get up without hitting that snooze button 15 times, this might be it. All right, let's talk about Facebook. You know, everybody's getting a smartphone or a semi-smartphone. They'll at least be able to get up on Facebook and do things like check your statuses and stuff like that. Well, now Facebook wants to get into another popular program for the iPhone called Foursquare, and that's where you check into different places. Say, hi, I'm here, I'm your mayor, can I get something for free, so on and so forth. We've talked about that on the 5 Tech Things you should know about before. However, Facebook is coming out with their own version. They talked about it a few months ago, and we were all preparing for it. Now it's here. It's called Facebook Places. A lot of people are going to say it's the Foursquare killer or the Gorilla killer. It depends on which app you use. But here's the big thing about this. With Facebook, you're already in Facebook. So why not use the Facebook Places app? A lot of people are concerned about the privacy on this. What Facebook has said is if you have your profile locked down, they won't know that this is happening. So basically what happens is you'll be walking by a store. And from my understanding, you'll be walking by a store. You'll be Facebooking. You'll realize your location, your geolocation, and then say, hey, you're over at this store anyway. Why not become the mayor of this store? Whatever they're going to use for all the cool little reasons to check in to each place. Now, they're going to have to do something pretty cool like mayorships and badges and stuff like that. And they can't really impede on what Foursquare is doing, or else Foursquare is going to come back with a lawsuit. But it'll be pretty interesting to see what happens. I'm going to load it up on my phone, as long as privacy settings are good, and we'll let you know what's going on with the Facebook Places. All right, finally, you PS3 players, this is cool for you. And what is it? It is a dongle that will let you record your discs to the hard drive of the PS3. Yes, it's a mod chip. You plug it in the USB port, and you can put in your discs, and you can copy them to your hard drive. That way you don't need to put your discs into your PS3. The best part about this dongle is it's updatable. So if PS3 decides to put in a new version that'll break this, they'll be able to counter it and put it right onto the dongle, and you'll be able to just update it, put the dongle back in, and go from there. That's pretty cool stuff. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know prices or anything like that. But it's going to be coming out. You're going to be getting it. You'll be able to get all your games on your hard drive. Now you'll have to open it up to put in a larger size hard drive or something like that. One thing that I'm hoping, and one thing that I'm going to suggest to these guys, is to make a way so I can have it, so I can set up and I can put these programs onto another hard drive on another computer. That way, I can go over the network, which for me is a pretty fast network anyway, and I can get the information there without having all those discs downloaded. Not that I have PS3 anyway, but that would be a real thing. And that is your 5 tech things you should know about for this week. My name is Jeffrey Howard. www.geekazine.com 608-205-4378 If you'd like to call us, suggest anything, or ask any questions, that you will. Until next week, this is the 5 tech things you should know about. You guys have